Okay, everybody, I've got an interesting train anecdote to share with you. I couldn't videotape it yesterday. I really wish I could have. I was on duty, working at the train station, believe it or not. Believe it or not, I was actually working there, not for the train station, for my job. I have every Friday I need to spend about an hour or so standing at the platform. It's kind of an interesting thing. I have a pass, I get in and I stand at the platform to watch the kids at the school where I work to make sure they get off the trains safely. I'm standing there at the very front. Some of the kids wanted to stand by the front, so I was standing by the very front where the train stops. You know, the train will come into a halt and stop, and here comes the locomotive, right? We're coming slowly up, and I look in the cab there, and usually you can see one driver standing there, you know, and they do all kinds of gestures as they go along, you know, yosh, and they point at the signals, and yosh, they say a lot of yosh. Anyway, sometimes there's another guy in there, like a passenger or something like that, but today, you know, this was actually yesterday, this day, I'm standing there, and there are 5 dudes standing there, 1 driver and then 4 other dudes, and they're all shoulder to shoulder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys all there, and they come pulling into the station and they're eyeballing me. And I as a rule, I don't take photos when I'm on duty. I'm working, so it's not a time to be taking video. So but otherwise I might have been tempted to whip it out. And they all come rolling up, and they're eyeballing, they're looking straight ahead, but they're all looking at me, because I'm looking at them, kind of my mouth drops. What is there, like a line of 5 guys? It's like almost like a caricature of some classic. I can't think of it. It reminded me of something, but they're all standing there. So I thought, oh my gosh, they must be trainees. And sure enough, I look in the back behind them in the cab. I mean, in the actual cabin, not in the cab, but in the cabin of the train back there where the passengers are. There's an older gentleman. These are all young guys, really, really young guys, except for the train driver. He's probably He's probably in his 30s. Behind there's a 40, 50-year-old guy back there watching the whole thing. I go, these are trainees, and there's a supervisor back there, this driver doing his thing. They've got 4 dudes that are lined up next to him to watch how it's done, and the supervisor back there watching. And so sure enough, I get to watch it, and the driver starts doing his, he's doing all of his protocol, and of course now that he's being observed, he's doing it all extra perfectly, and he's, pointing at the schedule, pointing down at the red light down there to make sure it's green, or something like that, and then doing the yosh, and then pointing over here in the yosh, and all the guys next to him are parroting him, doing him the exact same thing. So and they're just like half a second behind because they know what to do. They just have to make sure they do it. And so it's like some choreographed ballet. It's like, Joe, check the schedule, point at the light, Toy, come down here, hit the thing, look at this, and they're all doing it together, man. The guy behind is watching. It's a wonderful. It was something I'd never seen before after all these years of being on the trains. It really was like watching a choreographed performance of some sort, and I was seeing how they actually train the drivers of the trains to do their thing. It was truly an amazing thing. So there you go. I thought I'd share it with you. I couldn't get it on film, but at least I could tell you the story of it a little bit. And the man was just walking by looking at me. What is this guy having this conversation with the camera for? Because I'm talking to you. So all of you have a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. I'll hopefully be out getting some train videos today. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.